What's crack-a-lacking, glizzy gang? Okay, so today we are going to learn how to make fried chicken sandwiches. But the catch is, it's gonna have a little maple and brown sugar in the mix. You feel me? So we're gonna do that. Yeah, so let's get into the video. Oh wait, before we do that, make sure you comment, you subscribe, and you share the video. Now let's get to. Alright, y'all, we're gonna get straight to the ingredients. Chicken breast, yes ma'am. We're gonna need a frying pan for the chicken. Then we're gonna need some bacon. I love y'all. And this is the best bacon. Small pan for the bacon. Yes ma'am. We're gonna need some fries, some fries. I love fries. Next we got the vegetable oil to make the chicken in, of course. Then we have the buttermilk. I always use buttermilk to fry my chicken. I don't know about you. Mayo for afterwards, so it's optional. Barbecue sauce. It says optional, but it's really not. Like, it's really not. Then we have sliced cheese. Our head of lettuce. Then we have our flour mix. I know it looks crazy, y'all. Scissors and tongs. Then we have our eggs and our mixing bowl for the eggs. Our mixing bowl for the buttermilk. This is what we'll be pouring our buttermilk in and our seasonings in. Black pepper. Beer can seasoning. Salt. Mrs. Dash chicken seasoning. Mrs. Dash chicken seasoning, okay? We got slap your mama. Y'all know, slap your mama. Y'all know nothing about that. We got the parsley for the, decoration. Lemon pepper. Got the minced garlic. Basil, only a little basil, y'all. Basil is strong, okay? We got the brown sugar and bourbon seasoning by McCormick. We got the garlic salt. Paprika. We got garlic powder. Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning, yes ma'am. The maple extract, of course. We have the onion powder, the lemon juice, and for the fries, we have kosher salt. I love kosher salt for my fries. Always recommend it. And of course, Steak and Shake seasoning. It's my fave. I love it. I put it on everything. Okay, so what I like to do, I usually take like a few pieces of bacon, 2 or 3, and I cut them into halves. You don't need that much bacon if you're just feeding yourself. Of course, if you're feeding more people, but I cut them into halves because usually when you cut them into half, they fit better on the burger. So it's just easy that way, and usually 2 or 3 go on it. Then I flatten my chicken breast. Please flatten your chicken breast, y'all. I cannot stress this enough. If you do not, your chicken breast will be huge when you fry them. Let me tell you. And usually they're long and like big when I flatten them, so I usually cut them in halves, and it works fine. Like I get 3 chicken breasts and turn out with 6. You feel me? So then, of course, you're gonna pour that buttermilk. Pour that buttermilk up in that bowl. Then you're gonna crack the egg or the 2 eggs, whichever you prefer. I usually use 1 or 2 if I'm just cooking for myself. Then you make sure you whisk that egg. Beat that egg, okay? It needs to be mixed well. You feel me? So then what you're gonna do is pour the lemon juice. Whatever is a liquid consistency, I usually pour it into the buttermilk. I do not put it on my chicken. I do not, I just put it in the buttermilk, and I do not put any seasoning in the egg beating, the egg consistency. I just only put the seasoning in the buttermilk and on the chicken, and I season it with the same seasonings. I don't mix. The only seasonings that I don't put on the chicken are the liquid consistencies, of course, and I don't put the minced garlic or the brown sugar. I forgot to say the brown sugar earlier when I said the ingredients, but I don't put the brown sugar on the chicken. I just put it in the buttermilk. Let's see, we're just seasoning it all up. And please, please don't ask me, y'all, how much seasoning, like specific measurements. I couldn't tell you. I just season until my ancestors tell me to stop. Okay, y'all. I don't ever know how much seasoning I put on there, because anytime I try to measure, I always need more or need less. Like, I can't. I just do it without a thought. Like, I don't know, it comes naturally to me. So we're just seasoning. Yes. Okay, got the lemon pepper, crack-a-lacking. Okay, we're gonna mix that buttermilk all up, because look, y'all, we gotta mix the buttermilk, because if we don't, it's just gonna be seasoning floating on top. Make sure it's a nice little light brown color. This right here, I usually try to get all the leftover seasoning off the plate, so I like kind of put it on the sides. And yes, I still season the back, but I just try to get all the seasoning up before seasoning again, because why not? It's the same seasoning. So I do that, and then, season the back with the same exact seasonings I use for the front. Okay. Yes, ma'am. We love to see it. Oh yeah, I rub it in, rub it all in, get the excess seasoning off the plate, make sure all the creases are seasoned, all the cuts, because of course, like, chicken will have like cuts and holes, so you want to make sure those are seasoned too, because it's still part of the chicken. So next we're going to get ready. Oh, see, this is where I forgot the light brown sugar, but we're going to add that in there. After we add that in there, we're going to get ready to put the chicken and the egg and the buttermilk and the flour to use. Gonna mix that up. After we add that brown sugar, mix that up again. Make sure it's mixed pretty good. I always do a taste test to see how the buttermilk will taste. So you dip the chicken in the egg first. You make sure the egg is on both sides, of course. It's messy, y'all. Put it in the flour. This is why the flour looks crazy, because I've used it like 3 times. I probably should make some more, but the flour looks crazy because it is messy. And as you can see, I have probably the smallest Ziploc bag. Didn't really think about that, but it worked perfectly fine. It was just a little small. You take that out of the flour, if I can get it out the flour. I was struggling. I don't know. Struggle bus. Let me tell you. So you get that out the flour. As you can see, there's some spots that don't have flour on them, and it's that cut, that hole. So I just sprinkle a little flour in there, because you gotta flour it all up. Get them cuts, get them holes. It'll be extra crispy. Yes, ma'am. And this flour seasoning mix is just for the maple and brown sugar. Like, I have a separate fried chicken mix for my regular fried chicken. And make sure after you dip it in that flour, after that egg, you dip it in the buttermilk and dip it in the flour again. The egg makes the crust stick to the chicken. So here we are checking our food. I usually make the potatoes first, but this time I didn't. The potatoes usually take longer to cook. This time I didn't. I added it in when I had everything on the stove. Bacon usually takes quicker to cook. Cooks pretty fast, so I just added it while the chicken was cooking. Yes, we're gonna check our chicken. So people always say golden brown, light brown when you check your chicken. I like mine a little crispy, so I let it get like a nice brownish color. I don't really know how to explain it, but mine is usually pretty crispy. It's not burnt. It never has like dark brown pieces, but of course it may have some here and there because of seasoning and whatnot, but I just cook mine a little longer. Here we go, making my plates. We gotta add the mayo, of course. I love mayo. You can't really see, I know, but I mean, you know what I'm holding. So, barbecue sauce. Can't do nothing without that. I love me some barbecue sauce. I'm addicted. I have a problem. I will admit it. Barbecue sauce goes on dang near everything I eat. I can't help myself. It's so good. I'm gonna put our chicken on the buns. Yes. Then we're gonna get our sliced cheese. Took me forever to open this sliced cheese. I was struggling, but since the chicken was fresh out the oil, when I put the cheese on there, it melted onto the chicken. I was like, yes, honey, yes, period, because this is what we like to see. And then we put our bacon on there. You gotta have a bacon. And I don't know, for me, I always get a head of lettuce. Even though lettuce goes bad, and I never use the whole head unless I'm just constantly eating salad, but I never use the whole head and it always goes bad. But I always have to get a head of lettuce every time I make chicken. I love lettuce when I make chicken. Like, it's just, it evens it out. I was kind of sad because I forgot to buy tomatoes, but that's okay. It was still bomb. You feel me? Put that on there. Yes, let me show y'all what it look like. Okay, yes, we got the salad. You know, I use some of that head of lettuce. Salad, the french fries with the parsley on top of the french fries, that kosher salt, that steak and shake seasoning. Now we're gonna test it out. You feel me? Take a bite. Yes. Let me tell you, heaven.
On a ride, baby. I'm a skirt down 95, baby. I know you'll see in my eyes.